Okay, so welcome back to this week of MTG Militia Madness. I'm here with my deck, Balmor, Battlemage Captain. So we're going wide, and we're going to play a bunch of instants and sorceries and punch in the face. So I wanted to make this a little distinct from what I played with which was a little bit more like spells and like go big and like aggro. This is a lot more focused on the go wide, so we're going to start with my go wide package, which got here with Beetleback Chief. 4 mana, make 3 guys total. Then Balmor Marshal. 2 mana, 2 guys, but when it dies, it'll flip over into another guy. Unless I echo it, then it can be effectively like a body that'll stick around until it dies and makes a new guy.
Very good card.
Hordeling Outburst. 3 mana, 3 guys.
Very nostalgic card.
Ratcatcher Trainee. A little bit weird, but what it is 3 mana for 2 guys on the adventure side. And then I can pay 2 mana to just get a 2/1 first strike on my turn, so it can kind of be 3 bodies.
Yeah.
So it's just nice and flexible. Then we got Rally at the Hornburg. 2 mana, 2 guys that gives humans haste. I don't have many humans in here, but 2 mana, 2 hasty guys. Goblin Instigator. 2 mana, 2 guys. Forbidden Friendship. 2 mana, 2 guys. One of them has haste. Krankos Command. 2 mana, 2 guys.
I think we talked about Forbidden Friendship last week, too. And like you could play it in Mai, but you just didn't.
Yeah, where it was just like I didn't have a copy of it, but we found one. And then Krankos Command and Dragon Fodder. Then we got Rowell's Reinforcement. 2 mana, 2 guys. Yeah. That's what this is like trying to curve with. And you're like, well, you have 2 mana spells. Don't you want to play your commander on turn 2? No. This is more of like a turn 4, turn 5 commander, where it's like, I'm going to build up my board on the first couple turns, then play my commander and 2 to 3 spells in the same turn, and try to win the game off of that.
Yeah.
Because my commander is very vulnerable as a 1/3. I don't really want it sitting around on the board like for a long time, just taking up the ability to get removed.
2 mana, 1/3 blue and red creature. So, vulnerable to lots and lots of removal.
Yeah, and the nice thing
blasts.
Is like if I respond to like removal with instants, I'm still going to get these triggers, and that's all I need. Then what we have here are a couple like payoffs for going wide. We got Dyna Charge, which we saw last week. It's just a trumpet blast that has a little bit of flexibility.
Better in this deck than it was in Mai, debatably.
Yeah, and then Gnawing Crescendo, another trumpet blast, but it says whenever non-token creature controls dies during this, I can create a rat. I don't have an insane amount of non-token creatures, but we saw a couple of them there, which is like, you know, the Goblin Instigator and Balmor Marshal, Feedback Chief and stuff. So, like, I can get a couple guys back out of, like, a bad, like, trade-in.
Yeah, and then cast Balmor the next turn, cast some spells, and then it's like, oh.
Yeah.
They have to Wrath again. You know?
Yeah, so it's just a Trumpet Blast upside.
Yep.
Then we got Spells Package, Tolarian Terror, Cryptic Serpent. Just got to get bigger with all these instant sorceries I have. And Murmuring Mystic. It makes tokens, too. And they fly.
No Delver, huh?
No Delver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that, or just not enough targets?
I'm more red, and like having a blue 1-drop is a little bit awkward.
Got it.
Then we got Ren's Resolve, Reckless Impulse, Glimpse the Impossible, Lore Revealed to like draw back up in the mid-late game, so it'll have extra cards rather than just going like 1-1. And then Glimpse the Impossible can also be like a mini Hordeling Outburst, so 0-1s instead of 1-1s if I need it.
Which is very similar with Balmor in play.
Yep. Then got what I will say is like my interaction. So we got one of Spell Pierce. It's my only counter spell, just to help like keep Balmor a little bit safe. We got Lava Dart here because it can come back for free, which helps like get extra spells in a Balmor turn. Snap because it untaps the lands to get extra spells.
Clears blockers too sometimes. That's relevant.
Yep. And then we got regular Bolt, so Galvanic Discharge. We got Fiery Impulse is one of the interesting ones because it deals extra with all the instant sorceries.
I think this card is very underplayed, especially in blue-red.
Yeah.
I think like the Tolarian Terror deck that exists in our format is either blue-black or blue-red. And if it's blue-red, I think it should be on this card.
Yep. Then we got Bolt and Chain Lightning.
Yep.
Then we got a bigger one in Mind Collapse because it can be free. Helps add to that explosive turn. And then Fire Ice because it can be split up.
Sick.
Or it can draw a card, so it has that nice flexibility.
Very versatile.
Yep. Love that card. Then we got my Cantrip Suite coming in here. Ponder, Preordain, Opt, Consider, Taxium Probe, Thought Scour, Mental Note.
No Brainstorm. I think we probably should have talked about this in the Mono Blue episode of the podcast, but I think Brainstorm, the more we play this format, the lower my opinion of that card gets.
Yeah, the main thing is you have to have consistent ways to manipulate the top of your deck afterwards.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it just draws a card with no extra effect, so something like Opt becomes better if you aren't properly interacting with the top of your deck.
Well, it can be even worse than that, right? That's the point, is like, it can like...
Well, no, it's effectively just a cantrip. You just know what the 2 cards that you're bricking with are.
Yeah.
Instead of the 2 cards that you're bricking with being a mystery.
But if you were to just draw a card, you don't dead draw your hand.
Well, no, it's still the same 2 cards on top. Like, or you put 2 bad cards that were already in your hand on top, but you would still have over the course of those 3 turns the same like 8 cards.
Yeah, kind of, because
you just get the information that it sucks rather than like having a mystery that
but
it
that
sucks.
information matters. The fact that you're
so it's better than just drawing 1 card because now you know
it's worse because when you put 2 dead, if you were to just like obsessive search, which just says 1 blue, draw a card, is better than brainstorm because brainstorms put 2 cards on top of your deck that are bad. It's like time stretch, target your opponent.
But you already had those cards, so you would still be dealing with them even if you didn't put them back on top.
But you're drawing. But if you were to just draw a card out of a bad situation, you then get 2 unknown cards to
But
draw.
they're the same 2 cards that you'd be drawing if you brainstormed.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
but it's still
no matter what, brainstorm should technically be better unless like you care about those cards being hidden for some reason.
Oh sure. Yeah, it's just bad.
It just feels worse because now you know that they suck.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's fair. But it's still like, ugh.
Yeah. I love statistics.
Yeah. There's a fun brainstorm locking situation that happened with Shuffle Up and Play the time they played Legacy. The guy.
Yeah.
And then because he's drawing cards that he knows sucks, he did.
Yeah, I think the reason why it feels so much worse is even though it's effectively the same as just drawing a card is it could have been better than drawing a card if you shuffled.
Yes.
And like because you know the potential of brainstorm, when it just functions as a cantrip, it feels way worse than a cantrip.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
And our minds are like really good about like that being like this did not function to its potential, so I'm gonna fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cursed. But hey, lands.
Dual lands.
Not all dual lands.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got double like type lands because I have the Minecraft that needs mountains, and then I got Izzet Boilerworks here as I'm running 19 lands. It'll just help like as a tap land, give me an extra set of mana. And then Dwarven Mine can make another token, which is good because I have a bunch of mountains, which I'm going to start with 5 islands. And I realize I also forgot some cards, so I will just throw those up in a second.
Sure.
But hey, 3, 6, 9, 10 mountains, because part of that is my 1-drops are mostly red.
Because they're all red, right?
Yeah, I also have cantrips, but the red 1-drops are really good, and I would like to have 1-on-1 a lot of the time. So that's where I'm like trying to focus my mana on.
And we've seen all those 1-drops before, right?
Yeah, Voldaren Epicure, Reckless Lackey, Gitu Lava Runner, and Clockwork Percussionist. So
pretty staple of the format.
Yeah, all of them effectively have haste. The only one that doesn't initially is Gitu Lava Runner, so I'm going to need to get some spells out before it'll come in. But then it's a 2/2, which is very relevant.
And you can get it as early as turn 2 with like Island, Mental Mode, Get Lucky, and then actually not that lucky. You need 1.
Or like just consider and then like see anything on the top 2. It works.
Works too.
Yeah. But yeah, like I have at least like 3 cards that can easily trigger it for turn 2. And then that takes us from the main deck to the sideboard, which we're going to see some fairly standard stuff, but hey, it is what it is. Let's start with the basic 4 blast. I'm blue-red. We do that.
Yep. Look forward to our Just Got Mirror match where we board all 4 of them in.
Yep. Then I got Anti-Artifact and Cast into Fire and Braid because they are flexible as not just only being artifact removal. They could also remove creatures, etc.
And I think that's what you want out of your artifact removal because I said it in my deck tech, but there's like what artifacts are you blowing up, right? Like you're like the artifacts that are really, really popular are not necessarily the Mirror Enforcers of the world. It's Blood Fountain, an Experimental Synthesizer, Cryogen Relic, Refurbished Familiar. Like these are the artifacts that are people playing. So being able to blow them up is just not as important.
Yeah. And then we got some nice graveyard hate here. Relic of Brilliance and Tormod's Crypt. Relic can hurt me a little bit, but in the matchups I'm boarding it in are going to be like the heavy graveyard ones.
Yeah.
And I can just tone down my graveyard interaction.
It's gonna hurt. You only board it in when it hurts them more than it hurts you. Right?
Exactly.
Like an Aqua Wally or something. Where it's like, oh, okay, cool.
And then I got my anti-tokens and such, and the Festivities, Tectonic Hazards, Electricity. Just going to send like elves, fairies straight to the dirt. And also be a little bit aggressive with these 2. Then we got Monarch package. Yeah, Azure Fleet and Crimson Fleet. We got the Pirate Boys. And then we got Target Down Commander and such, in case we have like things that are just really hard to deal with. Or like just big life linkers, that kind of thing, so they no longer have life link. Just completely take them into a situation where they're doing very little.
So it's interesting because with these and these, I think there are decision trees that exist. In blue, there are a lot of these, so I'm assuming this is just personal preference.
I picked the 1-mana ones.
Sure. I think that like Utterly Significance is another one that gets a lot of play, and then in regards to these, you're playing the 1-mana ones because you value the 1 mana and not necessarily the instant speed of being able to deal 2 damage.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Because again, Breath Weapon and Fiery Cannonade, I want to
Well,
say. Is
the note on that is Breath Weapon and Fiery Cannonade, universal.
Yes.
These only hit the opponent.
That's also true. Yeah.
And that's why I chose these, because I am also going wide myself.
Yeah. Same on mine. Is actually, now that I remembered, yeah, I'm not a Breath Weapon and Fire Cannonade because they blow up my elves. I'm not going to do that.
And that's the end of the sideboard and all that for this deck tech. So we'll see you in the gameplay. And make sure to do all the good stuff. Like, share, subscribe, all that. And yeah, have a nice one.